Good afternoon, Grace, teachers, and staff. I'm here with you today to introduce to you the new substitute device protocol that the Grace Tech Services has created. The goals of this protocol, as you can see here, came about due to some changes in what we have for equipment. Number one, the teachers now all have laptops that are portable and versatile tool for them to use that are wireless. It eliminates them the need to have a second device to be connected to their classroom display and allows them to also be portable, which means that they can be taken home with you. They are encouraged to be taken home as you need to complete work if you want after school hours. This has caused some concern in what do we do when a sub is needed if we are absent. And so this protocol is to cover those incidences that can happen and to ensure that the teachers feel comfortable taking those devices home. Along with that, we have had a security audit completed for the Grace system, and some of the things that were pinpointed in that audit were the fact that we were sharing passwords and logins from our employees to our substitutes, who are also employees of Grace System. But that sharing of that personal login information gave access to subs all of the information that a teacher has, and it is not needed for them. So we're trying to build up our security a little bit here, and also to build a consistent plan for how do we handle it when subs are in the building to make it a better experience for the subs, for our students, and for all of us as we transition, and allow us not to have to be hands-on all the time with our Grace Tech Services. This is going to allow you to manage it within your school buildings, and hopefully for our admin staff to take away some of the pressure of having to make sure that a sub is able to access what they need and able to get to the lesson plans they need. So the way that the substitute protocol works is that each school building, as you can see here, has been given 3 Chromebooks that are designated for subs to use. They have a power cord and a case, so that they are stored at a specific spot in the building. Most buildings it's in the office, but it depends on that building, so you need to know where those are stored. There is a direction sheet that is included inside of that Chromebook that I will go over with you in just a few minutes, that allows the substitute to log in and get access to any kind of lesson plans that you leave behind electronically. The devices are unlocked, so they don't need to contact the tech services help desk at all. When a sub is coming in, those are just ready to go. And if you have, for some reason, more than 3 subs in the building on a given day, it is possible for us to help you get that set up for additional devices very quickly by just contacting the help desk. So please make sure you let us know if you need more than 3 for a day. As far as how the substitute uses this new protocol, there is a QR code that is provided on the direction sheet for them and that they use to log into. When they open it up, they will see 2 tabs as soon as it logs in. One tab will be a tab for Power School to allow them to actually go in and take attendance through our sub account. So they are not accessing, the teacher does not need to give them their login information for Power School. There is a sub login that is used, and it will come up and be ready for them to be able to access immediately, along with another tab that takes them into their Google Drive, and it has a folder inside for the sub that all teacher plans will be in, so that the sub can find your plans, and I'll go through that process with you of how to set that up. The Chromebooks each have an HDMI port, so we are expecting that your sub will plug in to whatever device you have. No casting will be will be set up for them, because that is something that many of our subs may not understand how to do. So we're just going to keep it simple and easy for them to plug in. So make sure that you have your HDMI cord connected either to your TV or your view board so that that is available whenever needed. They will have access to printing. So if you have any documents that you share in your folder that need to be printed out, they can access the printers and print those out immediately without having to worry about going to the office to ask for them. There is no email for the subs, so that has been turned off. And so the communications, if they need to be between parents or staff, that is to be done through the school office. As far as the teachers go, as you can see here, they do need to have their teacher lesson plans electronically filed for that sub and stored in that subfolder that has been created for your building. Each teacher will go into that subfolder, which has been shared with them, and they will create a folder of their own within that subfolder that is labeled with their name and grade level. As you can see the example here, if the teacher is Susan Jones, she has a folder, it's called Susan Jones Grade 1. That will help the sub to either know I'm in grade 1 in that building today, or I know that I'm subbing for Susan Jones. You will make sure that you have uploaded a set of generic sub plans into that folder so that if there are any unexpected absences, they can use those generic plans to get through the day. You can also then, on planned days off or a day that you know you're sick, but you can still create the lesson plans. You can create those plans electronically from home, and you can put them right into that folder without having to be in the building. And that you would just want to label it for that date that you are out. That will make it easy for them to know, oh, this is today's date. This must be the subfolder or plans that I need to use today. And the principals and office admin do have access to this subfolder so that if for some reason a sub prefers not to use a device and they want to just use paper copy, they will have that ability to print those out for them, or if there's some reason they need to get a hold of something else for that sub through your folders. So let's talk about what the direction sheet looks like that is with each Chromebook for the sub. So when a sub gets a Chromebook, they will have the sheet right inside of it. If you notice, here's that QR code. It signs in like the students do using Clever in our younger grades. They just hold that code up to their screen and it will log them in. So they do not need to know what the login is. They don't get a password or anything. It is already all set up for them. As I told you, these are the two tabs that will show up, the Google Drive folder and the PowerSchool sub account. So then this tells them how they can access. So this is an example for Holy Cross, that they will see this Holy Cross subfolder. So for each school, it's different. And inside of that folder, they should look for the teacher that they are subbing for. And that if there is possibly inside of their either generic folder with plans or the plans for that specific day. Then they are given directions on how to access that PowerSchool tab to take attendance and lunch count if needed for that day. So when they click on that tab, it will open up and they will see a login and they have to pick the school. So there will be a drop-down menu to pick the school that they are at, and it's obviously different for each of our buildings. They will then find the teacher that they are subbing for. They have this password is already in there. Here it is for them to put in when it asks them for that. They click submit and they can take the attendance for you and also the lunch count, and they have little directions on how to find each of those. The direction sheet also shares with them that if they need to have printer access, how to find that access for your building and to be able to print out whatever they want. The final reminder is to always shut down, sign out, and return the Chromebook to the school office for future use. And then any questions that they have, they will contact the school office. Now for the teachers, I want to show you what you will find. So you're going to go into your Google Drive. So get into Google, choose your drive, And inside there, on the left-hand side, you should see Shared with Me. And under Shared with Me, you should see a folder that goes for your school. So here's the NDD subfolder that I had shared with me so that you could see it. If for some reason you are not finding it in your list, now here's the Holy Cross one that I also have shared with me. If you're not able to find it quickly, if you just go up to the top and type in your school acronym and include like NDD sub folder. So you would put your acronym and subfolder and then hit enter. It should go and find that folder. You'll find anything that is referring to that, and that should pop up for you. So under Shared with Me, you should see that shared folder. All teachers have had it shared out to them by the Grace Tech Services team through that account. So you should see this. Once you get to that folder, you're going to open it up. And inside that folder, this one right now is not set up completely. I'm going to back up and use the Holy Cross one because I know that that one has a sample in it. So I open up here, you'll notice there's the folder for Jamie Shee. She's one of the teachers. Now, the only thing I would ask her to do is also put in that she is whatever grade level she teaches. So when you open up that shared subfolder, you're going to go here and create new folder. And when you put in a new folder, this is where you're going to put your name and your grade level and create it. So I will just put it as if I am one of the teachers. And let's say I teach middle school. Maybe I also do religion. Do something like that and create that folder. It will pop up in here. That folder now is accessible for me to use. And I'm going to go in here and I can add my generic sub plans in here. So I can create it right in here, or I can drop it in here from something that I've already created. And anytime that you are absent and you are creating new lesson plans, you can go into this subfolder. So I'd go to my Holy Cross subfolder and I would go in here and I would drop those in. So I can either create my new lessons right in here by saying Google Doc and add that, or I can do a file upload and find that lesson plan that I've already created and upload it right into there so that the sub would be able to find my information. What's nice about that electronic copy is you can include links that will take them directly to anything you want them to show on your TV display or your view board. So they can do those links right away and get access into those. So now that you know that you have a shared folder, subfolder, and that you need to create those. This example here is middle school, so this just needs the teacher's name added to it, and inside of there you will see that there are plans, and you notice the examples of here are plans from these specific dates, and that's what you would do whenever you have an absence. Again, going back, this is a new protocol that we are setting up, so we need the teachers to go in and access that shared folder. If you are not able to find that folder in your Shared with Me, please contact the help desk and let us know that, and we will make sure to share that folder out with you if your name somehow has been missed. If you have any further questions, please ask for assistance through our help desk. And thank you for your patience as we transition into this new protocol.